deceive. We have come into the night, thunder raising war a night. We have come into the night, thunder raising war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. The sound of arms, fierce morality. Nightfall, the rain, and the silence leads. We have come into the night, thunder raising war a night. We have come into the night, thunder raising war a night. We'll fight for kings, for Ragnarok. Sail war. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Bring her up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Seer for Valhalla Esports Season 5, going into week number 7. I'm Hailstorm, joined by Malco. How you doing today, buddy?
Doing pretty good. How you been, my friend?
I've been alright, getting over a little bit of a cough, but we're here to get people hyped for our games tomorrow and talk about how our games went last week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was a very exciting week as we continue to see not only some teams make some changes and continue to be able to continue on their domination, but we do see now as teams hope to make some turnarounds as they are currently sitting at the bottom of the standings, which we're currently looking to also get the chance to talk about as well. Thank you, The Salt, for subscribing here with Valhalla Esports, guaranteeing yourself 30 days of love with Valhalla Esports, at the very least, with the casters, as always. So I want to just be able to say really quickly that all the records for the teams do not really, like, I'm not going to say necessarily completely dictate the skill levels of the teams themselves. It's just that a lot of these, as you look at it, it's going to be a lot of like 2-1s that you might actually end up seeing on the record boards. So let's just go ahead and really quickly, Kim, we can take a look and see what is going on here for last week's games. Just to give you guys a little quick rundown, as you guys can see here, here is the scoreboard. Right now, we do still have, even though not undefeated, Free SM still continuing their domination, even with the complete crazy changes that they made in the prior week. They are still able to maintain that sole position of first place. And then we do see a 5-way tie here for the position of second between Chumbawamba's PC Delta, Bomba Bros, True Stoner Nation, and Los Namada. Stoner Nation being the call out ones right now, as they are currently on a 4-0 tear after week 2, being able to get up to 4-2-0 currently for themselves, and now fighting for that second place spot, which they will be facing against another one who is fighting for it, Chumbawambas, tomorrow. We do then have the sole third place holders currently at 3-3 with Goat Kings, fourth place Tie up right now is for Revolutionary, Death Squad, Night Raid, Owls, and Demonic Ascension. All three sitting at 2 and 4. And then the sole last place current holders right now are HYG and Furry Fury at 1 and 5. Do you have any thing you want to say real quick about these current standings right now, Hailstorm?
It's very tight, so there's no teams that are undefeated or fully defeated. Everyone is still technically in the running, with 3 weeks left. Even Furry Fury, my team, and HYG could still make a run, get to 4 wins, and be fairly likely to make it into the playoffs. So nobody's out of it, and all the games still very much matter. I know you had said that the scoreboard doesn't count for the player's skill. I know for myself at least, my team's scoreboard shows my skill.
You gotta, come on, man. You can't punch down on your team. You gotta give yourselves a little bit more credit. Things,
No,
I think
not my
sometimes.
team's skill, just my skill.
Oh, just yours? Oh, come on, come on.
I'm too
Never
baby
that
dipped
bad.
nowadays. But
He's
yeah,
like, I don't have the time to
we
practice as much.
we've got a lot of big matchups coming up because we're getting towards the end of the season where you're going to be playing the teams within your region once again. So those are the even more important games to try and be the winner of your region. Like I know one of the matchups are PC Delta and Bobber Bros this week. Whichever team wins that one is kind of set up to be the winner of that region. So definitely an important game for both those teams.
Most definitely. And real quick, before we go on to the matchups, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick look at week 6. As you guys see here, it is going to be Los Namados versus Bomber Bros Crew, Revolutionary Death Squad versus PC Delta, Night Raid Owls versus the Fury, Guilt Kings versus Free SM. Oh, sorry, this was last week's call out. Sorry, wow, I am absolutely all over the place because we already prior week 6. Now we're
Yeah,
going on to week 7.
these are the
I
games
just
that
didn't catch.
happen.
Yeah, sorry. I just didn't cast. I didn't properly cast. I only casted one of the games, so I'm just like, wait a second, I remember these. All right, so real quick, let me just go ahead and just retract all of that. We will edit that out somehow. Retract all of what just happened, and let's just go through week 6, 9-15. These are the callouts for the different results. As you guys can see, Los Namados versus Bomb Bros Crew is 2-0 for Los Namados. Revolutionary Death Squad versus PC Delta. It ended up being a 2-1 for PC Delta. NRO versus Fury. It was a 2-0 for NRO. Goat Kings versus Free SM. A 2-0 for Free SM. Wow. Stoner Nation versus Demonic Ascension, 2-0 for Stoner Nation, and Chumbawamba versus HYG ended up being a 2-0 for Chumbawamba.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, as I called out in the chat, a lot of 2-0s. But even though 2-0s, sometimes those games are pretty close. I know game 1 between Furry Fury and NRO was very close. We kind of threw it at the end, honestly, to give them that first win. And to go along with that, our own Snerbopsy did grab some video clips from the non-streamed games for us. So we can look at those, get a little bit of casting in before we look at the matchups to come.
Alrighty,
And
I
the
like
first
that.
one we will look at is from the PC Delta versus RDS games. He has a little note for us, says it was a
Pull up the
back and
full
forth
screen so I can stop.
series. What's up?
I'm just making sure I pull up full screen so I could see this fully.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. He says back and forth series. Shout out to Perfy for being the emergency sub for game 3. And while being undersalaried, he was able to put up a good fight into Salt and help them close out the series. The clip was
Looks
from
like
game 1, where Salt was running over the early game, but Modlock was able to turn a bad situation into a great one. So let's check out what he was able to do.
alrighty. Modlock just going ahead, sitting on the tower, deciding to TP, and as Lissandra decides to go in, Alu being able to stun him up and get him locked down, take the tower, but he's gonna get him trapped up in the baby cage, dropping all the damage, gonna be able to get a little bit more. Ultimate comes out, and H2O Modlock gonna be able to take that kill, but now gonna have to run for his life as Maokai now being able to drop the ultimate, not gonna be able to land onto Modlock. Modlock gonna be able to continue to walk it out, though he managed to go in smoothly, gets the baby cage, traps under the tower, gonna be taking the damage. The sapling not gonna be able to do enough. And Modlock, even though falling out on the killing spree, still able to take 2 kills in a tower as the Baron gets slain. And Tryndamere now trying to find a way out. Not gonna be able to do enough as the Soul gets slain.
Yeah, big turn there. Actually, you saw 3 ultimates used for Modlock in that bot lane. Lissandra ulting him, Jinx Rocket going wide, and then Maokai ult to try to run him down. But really well played to get that 2 for 1 after his TP got interrupted. And set up for his team to pick up that Baron. So probably led to them winning that game number 1 with that big turn in the game.
I like the call out here. All roads lead to free SM.
Right.
Oh,
Are you one of the
oh,
free
look,
SM players, or are you just a free SM fan?
that's my question here.
Let us know. And speaking of free SM, the next clip is from the game's free SM versus Goat Kings. Snirbopsy said, Free SM was consistently in the driver's seat this match, but honorable mention to Halcyon for getting first blood in both games. In solo kills, also. This clip is from the end of game 1. Goat King gets a pick on a very fed Camille and immediately turn to Baron, but the rest of Free SM are able to tidy them up. So let's see how
Let's
it goes.
go ahead and see it. Alrighty, looks like we have insert Doom, Goat King, Beard, Filthy. Alright, we got the rest of the team here. Big Seraphine ultimate able to land and combo wombo right immediately in with Leon Lockhart able to get in the back on Hawkeye's pack. Gonna be able to find Filthy Birdman off on the backside as Kaisa also goes down. Insert trying to get members, but now trapped in between 3. And he's not gonna be able to get 1 as Black and Blue is able to take that kill. The ult from Black and Blue leading into the combination with the Wukong. That is an absolute explosion there. Absolutely eviscerating that team fight.
Yeah, really good turn. You got one of your big players picked, but still able to turn a fight. So good composure from the rest of the team to make a good situation out of starting out in a bad spot. Next one will be from Los Nomadas versus the Bomba Bros crew. What does the S for ESM stand for? It's a play on TSM, if you know the LCS team, or I guess the now non-existent LCS team.
Something tells me they could probably make a comeback if they really wanted to.
Yeah. You know.
Anyways,
This one, Los Matas Bomberos crew. Bulgaria called out during the game that he wanted a specific play highlighted. So here's some smooth moves on his Diana. All right, let's see what Bulgaria has going on. Free some Mothra. Are you? You're not Mothra.
Are you Mothra?
Mothra had a different one, I thought.
I'm about to say that's not Mothra, is it?
Bomberisku got 2-0. I was wondering. I mean, sometimes Los Matas just pulls it together. You know, this is an odd numbered season, so they are
Projected to win it all.
But let's check out this play Bulgaria wanted to have highlighted.
Alrighty, so level 6 Bulg on the Diana just took the red buff sweeping for vision as the grubs are currently being taken. He is now seen. Braum knows he's there. Lands one of the Moon Crescent able to go and dash in immediately. And wait, this is a flash over. Not even gonna make it. Fails and gets CC'd up. But able to still continue to live. Although here comes the Urgot now. 3 different members going in. Able to take one of the Void Grubs. Is now getting taken down. Like, that was a real flashy play, no pun intended, on that Diana. Could have made it out with your life, but saw a gray screen instead.
Hey, he made it in there. He got one of the grubs. He did what he needed to do. Could have had 2. We saw that Zyra ultimate picked up the second one. But, you know, clearly that one grub was pivotal because we saw Los Matas got that 2-0 overall in the series. So big brain from Bulgaria, really. Well played.
It ultimately ended up working out.
Right. Chris Salas, are you Mothra or are you on Free SM?
He's gonna just keep trolling us. You
gotta tell me. I need to know. For the next clip, it is from my games. All right, NRO versus Furry Fury, which was here is Nabopsy's note. No idea really. All right. Don't tell me. Keep your secrets. Game 2 is very one-sided. Can't confirm that's true. with Enerosa in control and Pugzacute getting a quadra kill on Zed. But game 1 was exceptionally close. Fury Fury found a pick on Yone in exchange for the Baron and knew they had a chance to end, but Nithros had done nothing but farms on Smolder and was ready for the 4v5 to determine the game. I thought 3 of some team members were named Josh. You know, it could be. Alright, here's that clip.
Alrighty, so the inhib now currently being taken as the rest of the team is looking to go in with a soul. They are still down. The base looking like it might be nothing as the Mumu goes in under the turret, able to get on the Nithros, but not going to be able to do anything as Hungry Hobbit is slain immediately as Nithros is now on the Smolder. Gonna be able to keep going in and even more. Able to take him out as a triple kill for his team, possibly saving the game for them there. Redacted now only enforced to look away with his life. Quadra kill taken out of nowhere. And right as that is being called out, 3S Mark with the tier 1 sub. Thank you very much for guaranteeing yourself 30 days of love here with the Valhalla casting crew.
Do we have any free some highlights for today? We saw that one. That was that was their fight near the Baron pit. So you have to catch the VOD if you missed it. But yeah, I can provide a little extra context. Pugs was ridiculously farmed on that Yone, so since he was dead, we felt very pressured to try to end the game, despite them having the Drag Soul and the Baron buff. So the idea was, hey, let's push in. They only have one base tower left. If we can kill it, maybe we can just end the game. And then the Maokai ultimate came through just as Hobbit was looking for an engage. So he got a good like 3 or 4 man ultimate, but none of us could follow up because we were all rooted by the Maokai ult. And then Smolder just got the run through, and with the Elder passive he got to clean us up pretty well. But the final clip is from Chumbawambas versus HYG. And Smurf says, Chum had a great skirmish topside game 1, with everybody balancing aggro perfectly and coming top while outnumbered. All the clips are great, except for Bulgaria's. But this is my personal pick for play of the week. I recommend them in that order. Oh, okay. These are just notes for me. Cool. So this is Snarbopsy's play of the week from what he saw, which I believe is a scrimmage top river from Chumbawambas and HYG.
Alrighty, we got Bonkers, though, looking in the wrong place. Both caught out by Vision, but not being afraid. Chasing down Casual Plebs. TJ able to go right in onto the Scion as he's just trying to take the Scuttle Crab, trying to walk away. Able to do so, but it's going to be the Zed going immediately right in onto them. Currently going to get ready to pop. Not going to be able to do so, but now the Scion going in immediately. Astros then getting in the middle of them, taking out TJ and being able to barely skate away as Casual Plebs is able to take out Bonkers. Now, Daddy Taco having to barely walk away as Marba now turning around on the Orn, trying to catch out more members, able to take out the Scion, but Cop able to take him out there, and that's the end of the clip.
Yeah, really well played by them. All of them getting very low, but able to poke in and out to survive. Only losing 1 for 3, so pretty big play from Chumbawambas there. And thank you, Mr. Babsy, for grabbing those clips for us. Again, if any of the players have clips from the week, I didn't really see any from last week in the big plays, but post them up there. I checked there as well. And the more clips we have, we can just look at what happened in the week before we look forward. Speaking of, let's look at the first matchup for week number 7. It will be Los Namadas versus HYG. Los Namadas with Omega the Reaper top, Bulgaria jungle, Snarbopsy mid, Tortuga ADC, and Killer Kumquat support. HYG with HYG Mabra top, HYG TJ jungle, HYG Bonkers mid, HYG Jeffrey Crazy ADC, and Dainty Taco support. How you feeling about this matchup, Melko?
If you're looking for my my predictions right now, I'm probably gonna say it's probably towards a more of the 78-22 in the Los Namadas side. Right now, looking at obviously record bias, but also it is an odd season, so we're just kind of expecting them to be a strong team in general and trying to take it all the way. So I just kind of Oh man, 90. Jeez, man, you guys have no faith
Well,
in HYG.
we'll hold off
But
on all the predictions till after we go through them. You know, we look at all the matchups, then we run through all the predictions at the end when we can just kind of get through them all quickly.
yeah,
But yeah, we'll keep that in mind. But
but
yeah,
that's
I'd have to agree. Los Matas has been looking pretty strong. Even when they lose, it's generally been pretty close games, anyways. And HYD has been struggling a little bit this season, and as we know, odd seasons are when Los Matas starts to power up towards playoffs, and we're getting towards that part of the season. Oh, I'll remember, don't you worry. 90-10 for Crunner.
I'm still sticking to my 78-22.
Sounds good, sounds good. Now we'll jump into the second matchup, which I'll let you run through of RDS versus NRO.
On Revolutionary Death Squad, we have top lane the Salt, Jungle, HYG, Smoothie, Mid, Alu, ADC, and Zelic, and support Vintage with Night Raid Owls on the right side. We have top B, Sin, Jungle, Kid Booth, mid, Pugs are cute, ADC, Nitros, and support Major Crockett. Night Raid Owls being more towards the bottom, but actually, no, it's right now Revolutionary Death Squad and Night Raid Owls are actually two of the teams that are evenly matched on the roster right now, or on the
Scoreboard.
placements
Yeah.
on the scoreboard, on the placements, on the standings, as they are currently in that little three-way tie right now, and they're trying to go ahead and be potentially able to push away from it. But it's looking like right now Doom Vanilla is calling NRO, and I want to say that that possibly is correct.
I could agree with it if you're looking at how they were. Although I will say Night Raid Owls is a lot scarier now. The
Mm-hmm.
change up they made, grabbing Beeson and Pugs, I think was a really good lineup change for them. Pugs just kind of ridiculous in that mid lane. Will farm up basically no matter what champ he's on, and generally he's on a carry, so can apply a lot of pressure, which then helps Nitros get to his late game scaling, which I like to play for. And Beeson doing a good job, at least against us, playing that weak side top, just negating any kind of advantage the top lane will try to get. And they do a good job trying to support him as well. So don't sleep on NRO. How many games? We have 3 weeks left for the regular season, and then there'll be the finals, which has 3 weeks as well for quarters, semis, and the grand final. But I also think RDS's current lineup is pretty strong too. So it'll be on Alu to be able to match up to Pugs pretty well, and then on Salt slash Smoothie to try and punish Beeson, who will be trying to mitigate that, and then just see how the bot lane goes. If Nitros gets ahead or gets the scale, you got to be worried about him. But I know Analexic is not a slouch either. So I think this is a pretty even matchup as far as the teams are currently.
I definitely am looking forward to this one. This one's probably going to be one of the 3 game matchups that we end up seeing this week.
Yeah, ideally. Just I know we've all been busy, so we haven't been getting as many VOD ones through, but we'll hopefully get to pick them up. I know at the very least when the playoffs start happening, I'm gonna try to make sure all the games get streamed. So we're pushing it out as best we can. But we'll
Well,
look into the next matchup, which is Furry Fury against the Goat Kings, with myself in the top lane, Mingling Jungle, Redacted Mid, Hungry Hob AC, and VG Doug support. For Goat Kings, we got insert name here, top, Doom Vanilla Jungle, Halcyon Mid, Goat King Beard ADC, and Filthy Birdman support. How you think this matchup will go?
this is going to be a fun one to watch just because it's going to be you versus Beard, so I'm very very interested to see it. Hobbit going up against what was a previous team of his is going to be pretty interesting as well. I'm just very very excited for the overall matchup. I feel like this is going to be another really even one, but I think Goat Kings are starting to.
I put up the assumed lineup. You know, we never know if Hobbit will be jungle
This
or
is
not.
where I learned LMAO.
Yeah,
Wait,
suck it, Hobbit.
wait.
You're ADC now. I've made the decision. Haha.
I was sort of secretly making all the changes. Nice. Anyways, It's just gonna be very interesting to see how well these just the overall like some of these like switch arounds and things like that will do for you guys. And but I do feel like Goat Kings are starting to ramp up a little bit for themselves, and they're starting to finally figure out what their identity is as a team. And it'll probably show in this next game. If you guys are able to take the win on Goat Kings, they might end up kind of starting to like readjust a little bit. But I do like the avenue that Goat Kings is starting to go. Even in their losses, they're still starting to like really stick to their guns of what they want to play and how they want to play the game.
Yeah, for sure. And I know with the current lineup where they swapped Doom and Insert, they've been looking really good. Doom is either in Diamond or about to be Diamond as the jungle main now, so he's been killing it. But I think our lineup, no matter if Ming's ADC or Hobbs ADC, we can play really well. It just depends on if we show up and actually do it or not. Most of the time. So I'm hoping there'll be some fun matches. Hopefully, a hype matchup potentially we can watch later. But we'll see how it goes. And we'll jump into the next matchup, being Stoner Nation versus Chumbawambus, and I'll let you take it away.
Stoner Nation currently 4-2-0. Just want to make that up. I just keep making that joke, but it's just really funny to me. But Stoner Nation with top Eli Wood, Jungle KB, Jelly, Mid, Boosted Sandwich, ADC Critter, Support, Boomstick, Chumbawambas on the right side with top Cop, Jungle Casual Plebs, Mid, Astros, ADC, Biggest Slayer, and Support, Timberland. Both of these matchups are going to be looking very interesting as
Right.
Chumbawambas also in that 4-2 spot, looking to try to finally match themselves up with Free SM. Both of these teams right now looking for Free SM to be able to drop a game, and then for one of them to be able to claim that claim to fame of the top spot in the league at the moment. And it'll be pretty interesting to watch both of these teams really duke it out. I want to see I want to see these games definitely go to 3, and I want to see scrappy. Like I'm looking for like 3 kills a minute. I don't care.
Right. And these will be the live streamed games tomorrow. Chumbawambus is the last team that needs to be live streamed, and it looks like a pretty good matchup anyways, so we decided to just executive decision get this game casted. So be hyped to watch these players. I agree, it should
Unfortunately,
be a
the
pretty
wheel
big
would
matchup.
not be speaking this time around.
Yeah, no wheel this week, but we'll get it back. Don't worry, don't worry.
I honestly want to see. I just want to take note. Stoner Nation right now, very on a extreme upward swing as they are actually 4-0 in the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, they've been
So
killing it.
so they're really looking strong right now. Chumbawambas do not take the foot off the gas for a second. If you get that lead, keep it going as much as you can, because I think Stoner Nation, once again, like I mentioned for Goat Kings, I think Stoner Nation even more so is a team that's looking like they're really starting to get their wings, and they're looking to take these wins, and they want to go far, and I think that they can. So you definitely want to make sure that you try to clip them at the Achilles.
For sure, for sure. Oh, and real quick before we move on, first we'll say hi, Gandhi / Tired One. How are you? And I saw someone say, "Oh no, an ad." If you have a Prime sub or are willing to toss us a sub, you don't have to worry about those ads, and we'll greatly appreciate it. And you'll get 30 days of love from Valhalla Esports. Get my quick plug in there before we go to Series 5, which will be Bomba Bros Crew versus PC Delta. This is the matchup I mentioned earlier, where it's in the same region, and both teams are currently tied to trying to get that #1 spot. Where we have Bomba Bros Crew with Bomba Delicious top, Evbot Jungle, Dr. Dirk mid, Fluffy ADC, and Tack Alley support. PC Delta with Spirit top, Willy Smile jungle, H2O Modlock mid, Console C newly picked up for ADC, and Dark Harvest for support. How we feeling here?
I'm right now in. Oh man, this is another one of those second place fighting matchups, and I am actually really scared for this one. I think both teams are very, very strong in our league right now. And these are actually two teams that we were suspecting would actually be in contention for that #1 spot. PC Delta being one of the newer teams in the league, but making an absolute name for themselves. Especially, I believe, I want to say Wiley, Modlock, and Spoobert have been probably some of the more standouts. But I think right now the way that the meta has just been for League, a lot of the time, a lot of standouts have been more of the top side than been the bot lane as of late. And so it's just gonna be honestly this game is looking like a slaughter. I don't know which one it's gonna be, but if any team is winning, it's either gonna be a bloodbath or one team is completely slaughtering the other. I don't think there's really any I don't think there's really any clear winner on this one.
Right, right. I mean, for PC Delta, watch out for that Zyra as always. For Bomb Bros, I don't know. There's a lot of shit you kind of gotta watch out for. Squirt's Udyr's annoying, but he's been playing a lot of random things, kind of. Malek's been killing it mid, so you always gotta watch out for him. And then Console's a wild card now with the new pickup. Uh, yeah, Freesome surprised us in that they were undefeated, and then you guys had to remake your team really quick, so you lost the 1 week, but now are once again a really strong team. So it's like, all right, they're good. Keep them going.
Right. Don't bother FSM. They're good to go. They're good to go.
But yeah, I agree. This one will be pretty volatile, and don't really know which way it will go, but will be very important for the winner of the series. As we'll jump into series number 6 of Free SM. Speaking of FSM versus Demonic Ascension, Free SM with the new logo from last week, still looking glorious.
Nice
Delta
free SM.
Centuria top, Neesmar Mothra jungle, Hawkeye 6-pack mid, Blank and Blue ADC, and Fell support. Demonic Ascension with Genos top, newly picked up NBG Tactic jungle, moving the Golden Pharaoh to the mid lane. With Yukahu and CLG Worthy Dust still manning that bot lane. So, I still agree the Free SM has been looking very scary, so I'd have to lean in their direction for the matchup. But Demonic Ascension's been very close in all their matchups. I think they've had most of their series go at least 2-1, so you definitely can't count them out. And got to see how they look with the new lineup. What do you
I
think?
think Free SM versus Demonic Ascension was one of our first matchups in the league at the very beginning.
You got this Free SM. There you go.
I wonder, actually. I think they've already faced against one another once before? And I think they took that series to
Um,
2-1 as well, if I remember correctly. Old Free
yeah,
SM, yeah.
they
The
faced
old
the
Free
old one, so
SM.
we'll have to see how they do against the new Free SM.
Yeah, so this is gonna be pretty interesting to see how that works. I mean, it's the new Free SM is definitely gonna be giving them some absolute hell to pay. So let's see if Demonic Ascension can eke out this win potentially.
Right. Yeah, because Free SM played them week 3, and it was a 2-1 series in favor of Free SM. But again, as we stated, that was the original Free SM team, not the new lineup, who are still looking scary. But yeah, I think this one still should go to 3 games. As long as that new jungle mid dynamic works out well for Demonic Ascension, we'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, Envy was mid, so Envy got dropped for Tactic, and then Pharaoh and Tactic swapped roles. We'll have to see how it works out for them. And those are all our matchups for the week. So I could go back and play everyone's favorite game of what are the predictions for each matchup. Jump back to the first one, where we know you said what 70-30, Crutton said 90-10.
I said 78-22.
78-22. That's pretty close for Los Nomadas. Anybody else have guesses out there for this first prediction? What do the people think? We just wrote this season off again for HYG to be another building season. It seems like. So now they're gonna come back season 6 as another monster team. They're they're they're
Right.
they're gonna go the opposite of Los Tomatas. 100 to
I would love to.
0, but for who, Snurpopsy? For who?
Oh, I think he's just saying they already know.
I'd say it's
They say
2-0
2-0
Los
Los
Tomatas.
Tomatas. Jeez.
Counting them out already. We all know. Oh yes, HYG. I get it. Okay. Let's see where it's at. 91.7 to 8.3 for
Jesus
Los
Christ.
Nomadas. We got one believer in the HYG boys. Can they destroy the pick'ems for this first series for everyone?
We could only hope at this point. We can only hope at this point.
We're hoping for the HYD boys. You guys can pull the big upset, we believe, and we'll hop into Revolutionary Death Squad versus Night Raid Owls. As we see this one coming out, I think
Someone said
Doom had voted on this one. What did he say? There he is. NRO 70-30. So what's
Yeah,
everyone
that's what I
else
was.
thinking?
I'm going 70-30 NRO as well. I think that's a pretty good prediction.
Yeah, as long as people will take into account the new lineup, I could see that vote. I still think it should be a little closer.
70-30 the Skull team.
70-30 for RDS. I like it. I like it. The Death Squad. All right, let's see where we're at. Ooh, very close to even. With
Oh
the
wow.
58.3 to 41.7.
But it's looking like the RDS is actually the overall favorite.
Yep, we got the believers in the RDS, though it's very close. And yeah, I think this one could very much go either way. Currently, Night Raid Owls well, truly, they're the newly formed Pug Raid Owls once again, and I feel like they're gonna live and die by how Pugs does a lot of games. But now for
Let's see
the
what Pugs can do for them.
third matchup, it is a Furry Fury against the Goat Kings. How we feeling here for the predictions?
Something tells me it's like a 90-10 in the Goat King's favor, but again, I just strictly believe that people hate furries, and so they just vote against you guys, not just for the record's sake, but just for the sake of just voting against a furry.
I can't support the furs. Come on now. All we want to do is put on fursuits and cuddle in the woods. I think
I
Furry
think
Fury
very
will have a
free.
5K gold lead both games for them lose.
60-40
You
Goat
might
King.
be correct. You never know. Or if it goes anything like last week, we'll have a big gold lead early game one, and then we'll lose, and it'll be really close. But then we'll be mental boomed, and we'll just completely throw game number two.
What happened to always winning game? Oh yeah, you guys aren't Kraken Slayers anymore,
Yeah,
so you guys don't have the
we
win game twos always
we don't
curse.
have the Kraken Slayer buff. Critter abandoned me. Hmm.
Oh.
Alright, we got the 90-10 and the 60-40. Let's see where we're at. 75-25, so definitely a big support for the Go Kings, but not as bad as it could be. We'll take it.
Okay, I'd say 90-10, so 75-25. That's still a decent split.
Right. Hey man, we just love to be the underdogs because if we win, we get to mess up other people's pick'ems.
Yeah.
And I know as we talk about pick'ems every week, I am slowly tabulating all the scores. I've been kind of sick this week, so once I actually have them all together, you guys can see how you're doing. But I kind of feel like right now, if I don't tell you, people will keep voting, because if you see you're doing bad, you might stop. So maybe I just shouldn't tell anyone.
See, it's you're sick plus baby diff equal GG easy.
Plus didn't ask, plus get good. Now we'll
Plus
look at,
ratio plus uninstall.
yeah, ratioed plus get out my face. Stoner Nation versus Chumbawambus. How we feeling here?
I want this one to be a 50-50 so bad.
But do you believe in the 50-50?
I believe in the 60-40 Stoner Nation.
Ooh. We got a 50-50 from the chat. Excuse me.
Okay, I'm glad that someone else believes in the 50-50.
Got any other believers in one of the teams? We all saying we wanna see that even vote.
And the voting is
Very close to 50-50. Another 58.3 to 41.7, I believe, matching what RDS and NRO was, with a slight
so
edge to Chumbawambus.
yeah, wow. I just got it mixed up. I said Stoner Nation. The guys don't have the same faith in Stoner Nation.
Well, it's as Boosted said. He always likes to be the underdog, anyways. So he's happy to see this vote. He likes to play from behind and try to prove people wrong.
No, I respect it.
And he says, "Yeah, keep voting against me so I can keep winning." So we'll see if they keep it up. Now for Series 5, we got the Baba Bros crew versus PC Delta. How you feeling about this one?
I'm gonna rub my hands very evilly, and I shall say we're going 65-35 Bomba Bros crew. I just think that
45. Pretty close.
the reason why I think it
70-30 Baba Bros.
70-30 Bomber Bros, but the reason why I'm saying it is
I said
because Bomber Bros has been
65,
around much
35.
longer,
Right.
and they just they're a namesake team at this point. They have their fans. People really do like the team, and the team itself is overall strong. PC Delta has been showing themselves as a very top contender within this league at this current moment, since they're even though they're a newer team. But I think people just know that the synergy of Bomber Bros being together for so long is going to potentially overcome this newer team trying to punch their way up and really make a name for themselves. So I think that right now it's going to be a 65-35 split for Bomber Bros crew.
Yeah. I like the reasoning. I also know how certain players play on each team and how it might interact to give a team a lead in certain areas. So I think I'll agree with you. But let's see where we're at. Ooh,
Oh, it's
basically
so
right on
cold.
the money. Didn't do the math quite correctly, but 66.7 to 33.3. Bomba Bros over PC Delta. PC Delta ready to play as the underdogs and prove us wrong once again.
I
Um,
think that'll be a really interesting game if Bomber Bros do not end up winning it. I think that'll definitely shake up a lot of not just only a lot of people's pick'ems, but overall just kind of shake up the league a little bit now because it's just now these newer teams are starting to really make names for themselves again. Free SM right now the sole holder of the number one spot, and then now we have this five team fight right now for second place, and
right.
I think two of them at the very least. Oh no, three of them. Oh no, two of them. Only two of them right now are actually like newer teams, but no one was expecting some of these newer teams to really make a big punch.
Right. Yeah. Been a very competitive league this season, so we've been enjoying that. And speaking of FreeSM, the final matchup to predict on is FreeSM against Demonic Ascension. Where
I'm
we
already
think it's
calling it.
landing here.
I'm calling it right now. It's probably an 85-15 split in Free SM side. The reason why Demonic Ascension is really, really known for going hella crazy and
FreeSM
sending things
80-20.
to game three. I'm not
100-0. Whoo!
Yeah, I know Pharaoh's my friend, but I gotta be real honest about it as a caster. And as much as I think that the team is improving overall, especially with Tactic now in the jungle, it's still going to be an uphill battle to climb with the way that Free SM is still able to keep form, even with the absolute crazy implosion and reconstruction that they had to do. So, like I said, 85-15 Free SM.
For sure. Let's see where we're at. Another 91.7 to 8.3. One believer in Demonic Ascension, hoping for the big upset to destroy pick'ems for people once again. But yeah, people believe in the new free SM. They saw the power the past couple weeks, and they say, "Hey man, they're gonna keep it up. They're gonna hold that number one spot. Let's see who can take them down." Those
Honestly, I'm all
believers
for it.
rise.
I'm all for it. And if it's the team captain that's in belief in his team, you guys should commend him for it. Let him believe that he has the ability to punch above his class and win this out. And
9% was fair. Hey
I
man,
think we gotta just give it.
if
We
if
gotta
you
give him
if
a
you
real
don't
point.
believe in your heart that your team can win, how can you win?
Right? Why would you even bother being on the
Why
team?
even show up? Come on now.
Why
And
even show up to practice?
I think now, since we're going to week 7, it'd be a little interesting to also look at what I had from week 1, which was some of the season predictions. So let's compare where we're at
Oh,
now to what people were thinking before we even got into the games at all. So this was back from pre week 1, and we're seeing where everyone thought the region winners would be and the overall season champ. So a lot of good guesses. We see a slight lead for PC Delta over Bomber Bros, but believing in both of them, with Furry Fury being the other team in that region, that definitely won't win it. So far, depending on who wins this next match, will probably determine who's number one right there. HYG and FreeSM. The HYG votes are feeling bad this season. FreeSM's looking pretty good. Actually, I'm pretty sure they're secured to be their region winner right now.
Yeah.
Actually, if they lost out and Demonic Ascension won out, they could. So they got to win this week to secure it, technically.
That's what I'm gonna say. Good
Delta
luck,
is my
Demonic
boy,
Ascension.
but I think Demonic has really well-rounded team now. Yeah, man, you gotta watch out for him. You can't count him out. If you think it's a free win, you're gonna get losses you don't expect.
That's yeah. When you ego into a team that's not projected to win, that's when you more than likely lose.
For Midgard, had a good spread, but I believe Chumbawambus is sitting on top. So the team with the least belief at the start of the season, looking the strongest, though it is right there where they're tied up currently with Stoner Nation at 4-2, and Go King's right behind them with 3-3. So still anyone's for the picking in Midgard. Then Helheim, RDS, NRO, and Los Nemadas. Currently, Los Nemadas ahead by 2 games, but could go anyone's way. But the belief in Los Nemadas for their odd season victories looking okay right now.
Well, luckily for them, they're sitting ahead. But right now, it looks like actually NRO and Revolution Death Squad are actually tied in their division as well. So they definitely gotta fight this out to try to win this one.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then for the overall season champion, since we knew it was an odd season, most votes go into Los Nemadas. Then we see PC Delta, FreeSM, and NRO getting good chunks. So definitely got a couple teams up there still looking pretty scary. NRO with the new lineup, if they keep winning out, could become that scary team.
Did we take a bet if the final was gonna end up being another 3-0 again, or did we like?
I did not make that a vote this time. But we're hoping to break the 3-0 curse of the finals, you know. But yeah, hopefully.
I don't know if that's like to commend how much of an A game a certain team brings, or is it just like nah?
Right? It's like it's kind of wild. We're in season 5, and 4 finals have all gone 3-0s. Maybe I'll make a pick'ems for the week going into playoffs where we can have kind of like the crystal ball they're doing for Worlds. Also, if you haven't done your Worlds pick'ems, get them in. You got like 3 days for playing stages. Maybe I can make one that's kind of a crystal ball where it's like, will someone get a penta? Will someone reverse
Oh
sweep?
yeah,
Will the
that'd be
finals
kind
go
of cool.
3-0? We can mess around with it. But yeah, I think that covers everything we need for the Seer, other than me calling you out for trying to get that podcast going once you
Yes,
have the
sir.
time to.
Well, it's not about the time. It's just the stream. Like I said, Streamlabs OBS just does not like AMD. I think it's. I don't know if anyone else has utilized it. Maybe I'll just do like a full reset and see what happens. But from there, I'm just gotta. If not, I'm just gonna use OBS and just do it from there.
Yep, sounds good. So everyone keep pestering Malco. Hopefully, in the near future, we'll get to see that new podcast he's thinking of. See how it can go. And thank you all for watching. We appreciate you being here. Check it out. OBS Goated True. Check out
OBS is goaded.
the streams tomorrow, which will be Stoner Nation vs. Chumbawambus for the live games. And everyone have a good night.
Have a good night.
Peace.
I never thought hiatus essential. They're crude and unspeakably plain. as a warthog's backside. As sick as you are, pay attention. My words are a matter of pride. It's clear from your vacant expression. The lights are not all upstairs. But we're talking kings and successions. Even you can't be caught unawares. So prepare for the chance of a lifetime. Be prepared for sensational news. A shining new era is tiptoeing nearer. Just listen to teacher. I know it sounds sordid, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues. And justice deliciously squared. Be prepared. Yeah, be prepared. We'll be prepared. For what? For the death of the king. Why? Is he sick? No fool, we're gonna kill him. It's Simba too. Great idea. Who needs a king? No!